Live. We are live now. There we go. Welcome to another edition of All Aboard.
Choo choo.
Adam from New Jersey. LK is in somewhere in an unknown location. And I'm out here by the pool in perfect weather. Can't tell you how good it is.
Oh,
Happy Thanksgiving, brothers.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
We are thankful.
We're thankful. I wanted to say we're grateful, but it's the wrong show, right?
I was gonna say, save that for your other one.
So
yeah.
So tonight's topics, we're going to dig into a KMS topic, and that's going to be the triumphant. I will say it, triumphant return of Blind Mike.
Yep.
Do we want to start
Some
with
say
that?
the return of the king.
Yeah,
right?
let's start with that.
The return of the king.
The return of the king.
Prince. Return of the prince. The king's already there. Do we want to start with the KMS topic, guys, or do you want to start with the other topics of?
No, let's go with Mike.
COVID lockdown.
Yeah,
You want to go?
Mike.
We'll do the happy stuff first. So, just very quick, I'll kick it off. I thought the show was recorded in one session, of course, yesterday and today, or I should say yesterday's drop and today's drop. I thought yesterday's show was brilliant. Doing the Nobody Knows Your Name episode was fantastic. Everyone was chomping at the bit to get to the gory details of what happened to Mike, and instead we got a 51-minute podcast of Everyone Knows Your Lame, which was just great. I loved it.
Yeah, it was good. Okay, I think, like you said, everyone was expecting to be like a Mike bashing show, and it just ended up being, a better version of Everyone Knows We're Lame, right? I mean, Kirk was definitely an upgrade over.
Chris is not gonna like that.
Chris. But it was good. I think I don't know if I think Mike was told in advance about it, and he was relaxed. I felt like he was relaxed. I felt like he, just went with the flow. He was able to pick up on the no jokes that Kirk was putting here and there during the show. So it was good. I was happy for it.
Yeah, I mean, I like the troll job. I absolutely love it, and that's exactly what it was. It was absolutely a troll job, and Kirk said as much on the part 2 when he said that his new goal is to antagonize the audience as much as possible. But yeah, I saw a lot of complaints about it, and obviously everyone's gonna come in and say that we're pump sucking. Is that it? But honestly, I actually Cheers is one of the earliest shows that I remember as a kid. Like my whole family, we would watch it, and I don't remember the specifics of it, but I do think that one-off was really fun. It was a good episode, and again, it was unexpected. It was a complete break from what we had been getting from the past few weeks, and then. On today's show, I thought that Mike sounded really great. He was there. The energy was there. It sounded like he was refreshed.
I mean, the claw was there, right?
The claw was there. He had his good jokes. And I will say, because this may go under the radar, because I haven't seen anything about this on Twitter. I actually liked his explanation for why he ignored Steve from Providence warning about the stand-up in Sacco. The fact that he said no. It was whether it was bullshit or not. I actually think there was a level of that actually is an argument. That's probably the only argument that maybe you can say for a second that what Kirk didn't want him to do is get up there and kill it, because then there would be no joke about it. The fact that he got up there and bombed made that the funny moment. So, I do think that there was...
If you believe he did that on purpose,
I did like that.
You're naive.
Oh, I don't think he did it on purpose. I think he used that as an excuse, and I'm thinking that this is the only excuse that makes sense, and I like that excuse.
Adam, we were there.
Yeah, you were not, by the way.
He blew it. I liked the fact that we got answers to a lot of questions. First of all, he's still with Elba. 2, he was taking fencing lessons.
Yep.
And he finally did learn Braille, which is good, and he's proficient at it. It seems so.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy that Mike sounded refreshed. He sounded great. I like the idea that he's coming back for one show a week, and we're gonna have to work through our own feelings on Kirk doing 3 shows a week starting in January. For the greater project that he's working on.
Yeah, but he did.
We all have our own ideas on that.
Yeah, I mean, he did make it though abundantly clear that unless something major happens, the 3 shows a week is going to be a temporary thing. And I'm actually very curious as to whether or not Mike will end up doing more than 1 day a week when they do end up going back to 5 episodes a week. That'll be something interesting to watch to see how.
No, hey guys, he has a plan. He has a plan. He's gonna be a blind teacher and a Patreon host.
That's
so
right.
he has everything figured out.
What did they say? $3,000 a month. $3,000 a month. That's his goal.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Well, he's got 3 guys here that'll do it.
Quantum Week, I think, is up to $10,000 a month now after all those $50, top line subscribers. So
no way. There's no way they're $10,000.
No. Didn't he say that they were getting $3,000 a month? That's what.
That's what Mike's goal. No, that's what Mike's goal is $3,000.
No, I thought that's what Carano said.
So one thing,
it was a joke.
Yeah.
It was a joke.
I think one thing that got
just to hop in here. Carano's up to. I checked it out. He's up to like 300 and change a month.
Okay.
That's when he's got 3,000.
Okay.
So here's the thing that nobody talked about it, right?
Yep.
Mike said, "Oh, I want to see if I even am cut for being a podcast host and all that." I mean, he's been doing that for the past 5 years, and he needs to do more to see if he's cut for that. Come on, you got to make a decision. You either cut for that or not. Like there's no more trial. Like he has been doing that for a while. Like either go for it. I think this is a bad excuse.
So I just say,
I want to see if I don't.
I don't think there's ever a time in your life, maybe when you're as old as Ned, but there's really no other time in your life when you can't just say, you know what, I'm ready for a career change, and maybe this isn't working for me. I went down this one path, and it didn't turn out the way I thought, and I'm gonna, I'm still young enough. I don't have a family. I don't like anything like that. He's able to pivot like that if he needs to and find something else.
But that's what I'm saying, Adam. Like he said, I want to see if I can do this podcast hosting on my own. He has done that already. He should have enough data to see if he's good or not. That's my point. To me, it sounds like that failing startup that the founder doesn't want to just close it and stop doing it. He just wants to keep investing and losing money because it's his baby, right? So it's the same thing. Like there's no more data sample. Like he has been doing podcasting and hosting. Maybe not as like a comedy podcast, but he has been hosting podcasts for a while. Yeah. So he should know if he's cut for that or not.
Well, you should really at his age now start seeing if there's any real money in it.
Yep.
I mean, he's what 29, 28, 29.
Yeah, 29. I
think. So he's got to start making some money. I mean, you got to think about retirement. Plus, he does have a debilitating, condition. He can't see.
No, his mom made money from the.
Oh, that was and that was also confirmed that she didn't make any money on it.
Yes, exactly. I have a question for you guys. Will you take stock tips from Mike?
Oh God, no.
That would be no.
Love him, but no. No stock tips from him.
So we welcome Mike back. It's gonna be it's gonna be 1 day a week to start. I think Kirk did leave the door open. If it's more. But I think for the show, it's gonna be 3 times a week. There's gonna be no argument about that. Okay, that's fine. And before we move on to the next subject, anyone want to take a stab at what the secret project is?
No, before we go there, I think.
Hey, you guys asked me to host. I'm hosting.
I know, but I just want to wrap up.
Fuck up, LK.
What is this, Let
Ned ask his questions.
I want to wrap up the Mike topic before. Mike was always the passionate one about working for Barstool and doing the podcast, begging to be there and being there and all of that. Today's episode, he sounded very dismissive. Yeah, I don't know if I want to do this. 1 day is fine. It's a change of tone, so I don't know if he's going to be here for the long run. I always thought he would, but now I question it. I don't think he's going to go more than 1 day, even if given the chance. I think he lost the drive for that, which is unfortunate. But, that was my gut feeling from listening to the show today.
Ned, that was obviously well worth that was well worth interrupting your tried attempt to segue.
Always.
Thanks.
Always.
Yeah. But I think that he realizes that he never had a shot at Barstool. That was his dream, but I think he realized in this time away that that dream's going to die. So back to my question. What do we think? Anybody want to
So
Take a guess
I
at
took
what
the
secret
breadcrumbs.
process is.
So I took the breadcrumbs that Kirk put down a couple days ago, and I Googled basically Brockton, Fall River, basement, because he and Steve were talking about something that happened in a basement, and what I landed on was a child sex, someone who raped a child and assaulted a child sexually, and he was a Brockton native who killed himself in the basement of his Fall River home. The police knocked on his door, and they went in, and he closed the door on them, and then he ran into the basement and killed himself. I think it's going to be something about that case. That's just again, that's just taking the breadcrumbs he put out, but who knows?
So you think it's going to be a real crime drama type of podcast?
Yeah. Yep.
Or maybe
I think
crime.
it'll probably
not a current crime, but
yeah, and I think it'll probably look at the mental health side of it instead of just the digging into the classic cold case of did he or didn't he do it. It's instead going to just look at what is the mental issues that would lead someone to that. And I think that and I my obsession with Kirk and love of Kirk aside, I think it's a fascinating topic and something that would be really interested in just in general. The criminal mind. Big fan of that show also.
It's gonna have to have a different spin though. I'm kind of leaning that way as well, like a true crime, past crime type of deal, like looking into to old crimes, maybe unsolved crimes. But there are a lot of those type of podcasts already out there, right? And they're all quite good. And knowing podcast Jesus, it's going to have to be take a different spin. It's going to have to be something a little different, but maybe based on that. So I'm kind of leaning that way as well. But I don't think it's going to be a cut and dry, deep dive investigation. It's certainly not going to be a takedown of the globe or any of that crap that we've also seen out there. That's not going to happen.
So can I give my opinion, or are you guys just going to skip me?
I prefer to
that
skip
Mike
you.
isn't going back ever back to Barstool, so we already had it. Okay.
I would really prefer to skip you.
Adam, are you Jewish? Are you?
I'm sorry. Right. Okay, I can't understand you over your thick accent.
Okay. So I've been saying it's going to be some sort of investigative, project, for a while. I don't think it's going to be heavy investigative like Adam you're saying. If I were to guess and put some money on it, I think it would be a real world in quotes here, Cullen episode, where there is an investigative tone to it, but also comedy related, but instead of being a scripted thing, it's a real case scenario. This is where my money's at right now.
That actually isn't bad, because now we have to go back and take a look at what we know too. He's already run it by Erica and Dave, and they both like it. Big Cat may or may not be involved, but he's aware. So
and I think
there might be a comedy element to it.
When Dave was on the show a few weeks ago, and Kirk asked about it, Dave said, right, that there's a chance to be big, right?
Yeah.
Or Kirk asked, and he said, yeah, there is a chance. So if it's just investigative work, unless like it's a Pulitzer caliber investigation, I think it's more on the comedy side. It's something that Barstool can promote the shit out of it and make it big. And he said, and he already mentioned that's like a not one time thing, but there's a beginning and an end, right? Because he said after this project, we go back to normal. So maybe it's something that he does once a year, twice a year, seasons. But that's where my thoughts are right now.
And I think that thank you for that. So I think it's
Go ahead,
Maestro.
Maestro.
Notice that
Still.
No, I just want to keep the show moving. We want to keep those.
Yeah.
I don't have access to the chat, so we'll keep it going. So the other topic we wanted to talk about, we can go in either direction. One was how are we going to celebrate, or how are you going to celebrate Thanksgiving under these austere circumstances? And then we have Black Friday.
Yeah, we got a couple other things.
Black Friday sounds like a shit topic, to be honest.
Well, I pulled some interesting stats for that, but with Thanksgiving, I think personally, I've got nothing in store. My daughter's in quarantine. Thankfully, my son is out of quarantine now.
Well, that's good.
So
sounds like fun.
It's great. It's fucking awesome. But we weren't gonna do anything anyway. Plus, it's gonna rain around here, so that's gonna negate any chance for any outdoor meals.
Ooh,
But
that sucks.
what's really interesting to me and where I'm like petrified is the traveling aspect of this, because I'm petrified about the fact that I think there are going to be spikes in cases that are going to put my kids back into quarantine. So, and I've been looking at the stats of the amount of people that have been traveling. So it's just, I am interested to see how Thanksgiving ends up. And, I'll talk more about the travel side after the rest of you guys, give your couple of minutes of what your plans are. I don't want to take any more of LK's time.
Yeah, so I'm traveling. I'm actually in Florida. I'm living my life right now. I'm tired of quarantining and hiding.
Welcome to freedom, Elk.
Yeah, if I get
welcome to freedom.
Yep. If I get sick, I get sick. Obviously, I take care. I take all the precautions. I wear my mask. I try to you clean my hands every time I touch anything. I keep my distance, but I'm gonna live my life. I hate the winter, so I came down to Florida for some sunny weather. And it was funny because last Friday I had a team meeting at work, and my manager asked, "So what are you guys planning for Thanksgiving?" And people were all sad, like, and depressed. "Oh, we had to tighten our bubble. It's just gonna be us or a couple of friends." And that was kind of the theme from everyone. Then when it got to me, I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to Florida." They're like, "What? You're gonna fly?" I was like, "No, I'm gonna drive." "Oh, okay, but are you gonna go to the parks?" I'm like, "Yes, they have reservations already." That silence, like they don't know what to say.
They're judging.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't care. But again, I'm not trying to spread, but I'm tired of not living my life. My kids, contrary to yours, Adam, are not going to school. They're all remote. So they actually did. I drove through the night, Sunday to Monday. They did their class in the car Monday morning before we arrived at the house. So I think that gives us flexibility to do this kind of things.
Yep.
So the plan is to be here, go to parks. I'm not a fan of turkey. So although we are having turkey. Yeah, not my favorite.
The American man wants to destroy our American traditions.
Listen,
We can't let this happen.
Mrs. LK my mother-in-law likes. They're gonna do a turkey breast, not the whole turkey, but my awesome mother-in-law made me eggplant parm. So that's what I'm having.
Oh, nice.
And I may do some barbecue as well. So these are my plans. Yeah, I love it.
You're really gonna have eggplant parm for your Thanksgiving meal? Really?
I love it.
Listen, eggplant parm is great. Don't get me wrong, but that's gonna be your fucking Thanksgiving meal, really?
So I'm thankful for everything.
And please pick this up and fix this.
Well, no. Well, I'm hosting my second super spreader event in the past 2 weeks, so we're going to have about 12 people. Not as big as the wedding reception. We're going to have 12 people over. And my wife, when she hasn't hosted in a couple of years, but she'll be hosting this year. My dad previously does it, but he's 80 and he's going to stay home. He's going to pop over with some hors d'oeuvres and that's it. So he's going to, we're going to see him just briefly. But he usually hosts, he and my mother traditionally used to host Thanksgiving. And since my mother passed, my dad did. So this year, we're going to be hosting it for the first time since living in Maine, actually, which is 10 years now. And my wife is Italian. So we have the traditional cannoli and ziti sausage pre-meal.
Nice.
And then we have the Italian pre-meal, and then we have the traditional turkey stuffing, cranberry sauce. And
your daughter's going as well?
It'll be good.
Or is it?
One daughter is, the other daughter's going to be staying in Texas. We're going to probably go there. I think they're coming here for Christmas.
Okay.
So it's down here though. Remember, vitamin D is found in sunlight and it's known to stop and kill the virus. So that's why Florida numbers aren't nearly as bad.
Florida is pretty open, right? Florida as a state's pretty open, so it's kind of it seems like business as usual down here.
Yeah.
I don't want to necessarily get too far ahead because I know that we had this as a separate topic also, but am I the only one of the three of us am I the strictest of the three of us when it comes to like the lockdown and the
absolutely not.
And
you're sending your kids to school. Absolutely not.
But no. But listen, my kids are in masks the whole day in school, and they're in pods and separated and whatnot. But like
you lost your argument.
Listen, I'm fine. There's no argument here. I actually am not opposed to lockdowns in general.
Yeah.
I think they're done right. I think it can be very effective, and I just think that they haven't done it right.
39?
No, not like that.
Wait a minute, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, no,
Lockout,
not to get too far ahead of us here, but like Newark, New Jersey, for example, they've locked down, and they've locked down because Thanksgiving was going to be a big thing. But that said, people are still traveling through Newark. The surrounding towns are not locked down. So it to me, that's where I'm like, what's the point of one town locking down as opposed to the whole state? And then you can take that even farther. What's the point of one state locking down? Either, do it everyone or not, because that's the only way any effectiveness. Point. Right. No, for sure. But that's what I'm saying.
The first lockdown, right?
Right.
Some states did, some states did not. But I think none of us are strict in our own ways.
Listen,
so I don't think
the vast majority
you're more orthodox than us.
I think the vast majority of people, well played, fall in either. I think there are some people who are super extreme, like the Jerry Callahan crew of the world, who are like, fuck masks, fuck this, I'm not doing anything, fuck you all. And I think there are some people who are like, I'm gonna be in a bubble boy, and that's it. And I think everyone else is in the middle, and that's the vast majority of people. And we all do what we're comfortable with. But so getting back to
can we just say that Jerry says that as he's isolated and locked down by himself? You can't have a pussy. You can't be a pussy and say, do like. Oh, actually, he's doing what he accuses others does. Exactly. What do you think of that, little boy?
So getting back to the Thanksgiving travel, and this is going to make Ned happy. So in the past, from Friday through Saturday, nearly 3 million passengers flew in the U.S. Now that is obviously significantly higher numbers than we've had in 7-8 months. Great, awesome to look at. That's got to be helpful for the airline industry. However, then you look back and you compare it to last year's numbers. Now, last year's numbers were up 3.7% from 2018. And in 2019, 31.6 million people traveled during the Thanksgiving holiday period.
So there's 10%.
And now we're getting super excited over 3 million people. And it's crazy when you think about where we've come and just how much the world has changed in just such a short amount of time.
The first lines at TSA at security were reported earlier this week. The times I've traveled since February, it's only been 5 times, and I usually travel 5 times in a month. And once was to Saco. There were no lines in security. Even as recently as 2 weeks ago when I flew up, no lines.
And Ed, you work in the industry. You know that I've read articles that will take 5-6 years to come back to levels from 2019. So it's gonna take a while. But I think people are, like you said, Adam, they are taking precautions, but at the same time they're trying to live their life. But the numbers are not there. 10%, it's nothing. The airlines are fucked. I think
it's
a lot of people
no longer an issue with the airlines, by the way. It's an issue with the state where you're going to and where you're coming from.
But I think also more people like me are willing to drive longer distances instead of getting on a flight. I was reading some articles that some people are turning to RVs, and renting or buying RVs because with everything remote, your kids can watch the classes from anywhere, right?
Yep.
So some people are doing that. Sure. So I think there's a bunch of reasons, but it sucks. Now, Adam, do you guys celebrate Thanksgiving?
I do. I love Thanksgiving.
What's the meal? Do you eat turkey or something?
Fuck yeah, I'm American.
Is it like kosher turkey or?
I mean, it's definitely kosher turkey. The only somewhat Jewish twist on this that I have is, first of all, there's no dairy because turkey is meat,
right?
But also is that I make the stuffing and I make it out of challah instead of just regular type of bread. But other than that, I mean, Thanksgiving to me is and always has been
of course
fucking turkey, stuffing, football. That's it. And I am so excited to I was getting my son psyched up for it. We are going to sit on that couch, check out the brand new OLED TV, right? And just and just watch nonstop.
Is anyone coming over, or is it just you and the family?
It's well, we were originally toying with the idea of going to my in-laws for an outdoor meal. But A, it's going to be raining, and B, now that my daughter's in quarantine.
Oh, I bet you're so sad.
Oh my God, it's heartbreaking. Truly, truly heartbreaking. So I have a question though, because always around Thanksgiving anyways, have you guys ever done like the crazy Black Friday stuff, or are you more of the Cyber Monday type of people?
Once again, I'm being usurped as host once again. That was the next topic.
All right, Ned.
You guys are communicating in the chat.
Why are you complaining?
Well, I want to talk.
Why are you complaining by yourself?
Listen, I'm trying to follow the script. So let's talk about Black Friday.
So
first of all, all right, I'll go first. I haven't been to a mall.
Go first, Ned.
10 years.
Since your connection's horrible and you're on the delay, so go ahead.
Quickly. Am I on a delay?
Yeah.
I'll be done quickly because I haven't been to a mall in 10 years. I've done everything online for the past 10 years, so it's no big shakes. I'm mostly done because in my business, as you guys pointed out, which is really logistics, two of my customers are two of the big integrator carriers that deliver that we both know, Brown Tail and Purple Tail. And they told me a month ago, tell your family to order all their Christmas stuff online before Thanksgiving. Don't wait. Because if the vaccines are coming, guys, and they are coming, 22 million will be airborne in December, by the way.
Well, no thanks to Trump, thanks to Biden.
Well,
yeah, of course. Yes, of course. Oh,
but,
look at
no,
Libcay.
but also,
Libcay has to pipe in.
But also, though, Ned, you know, to your point, also that just because people are also going to be home more and doing more online shopping, even more so than they were before. Like, I read an article that UPS, I think, or FedEx, or both, were telling people that you should try to order to store, so that you have to pick up your orders instead of relying on them to be able to deliver it on time.
That's correct. That's what I was told as well. I was told this a month ago, by the way.
Yeah, it's
so
crazy.
This has been a long time. They're planning that if the vaccine to add more disruption to what were our lives, if the vaccines do come, and they will be coming soon, in December, 22 million doses will be sent to the first responders, doctors, nurses, EMT, all of that. And then in January, there'll be 30 million. They expect a minimum of 30 million each month until we have that herd immunity by June. So it's going to be hectic. And by the way, Operation Warp Speed, which is run by the federal government, is going to be using this company called McKesson for their pharmaceutical distribution system, and they will be using UPS and FedEx.
Is that the tangent of the day? Is that the tangent of the day?
That's the tangent of the day. Hey, it's related to Black Friday.
Cool.
Choo-choo.
Nice. So here's a funny one. First time I came to the US was 2004. Was my first Thanksgiving. A friend and I said, hey, let's go to Best Buy. Right? Nice deals. We didn't make a lot of money. So it's like, let's buy as much electronics as possible, bring back home, sell it, and then make some money. We go there, we get there. And, we speak with some people. They're like, yeah, if you're going to those kind of Black Friday deals, you got to get there like 3 in the morning. I'm like, yeah, no way I'm going to get 3 in the morning. I'm get 4 in the morning. So we get there. It's extremely cold. It was my first winter. It wasn't even winter yet, right? It's still end of fall, and I'm freezing. Long lines, maybe like 30 people in front of me. Wait for an hour and a half in line, freezing to death. They were serving like donuts and coffee. I couldn't even move. I get inside Best Buy. Obviously, the good deals were gone, right? The laptops were gone because the first maybe 5-6 people get them. But I remember back in the day, 2004, DVD portable DVD players were a good thing. So I think I bought like 5 of them. I bought 10 MP3 players. The small MP3 players back in the day. I bought those. I think I bought a vacuum cleaner just because I thought it was cool. Like I had never seen a vacuum cleaner like that. So I bought a vacuum cleaner and some stupid shit. I remember, like going back to the hotel, and I'm like, why did I buy this shit? It's like, but it's the American way of like impulsive buying. And from that point on, I was like, I will never go to Best Buy again because it's just like impulsive buying, and that's
That
what
was
they
the greatest
do good.
story ever. That
No,
was
they
just
are there.
fucking awesome. I'm
It's
so
the
happy I asked that question.
foreigners' take on American culture. You guys like to buy. That's why you're always in debt.
Yeah.
That's why you have credit card debt. That's why you guys suck, and that's why China's gonna take over.
So,
Yeah.
anyways, have you guys heard this phrase "pandemic shopping"? Because I hadn't heard the phrase or seen the phrase
probably
before.
A Jew thing. It's probably a Jew thing.
No, it was in like the New York Times. But which is not, believe me. But it's interesting because, as we all know, the retail industry has been destroyed this year, just truly destroyed. So they're really banking on a massive output from what's going to happen online now. Over the past couple of years, Black Friday has basically turned into, anyways, Cyber Monday. I've never gone to the stores. I've never done that shit. I've always just ordered online. But it's kind of gone into it, and it's basically lasted for, every year I feel like it starts earlier and earlier. So last year's Black Friday pulled in a record number of $7.4 billion in sales, which was a 19.6% increase over 2018. This year, because of the fact that everyone is doing their pandemic shopping plus their holiday shopping, they're anticipating $10.3 billion of online sales and online purchases over the next month, while keeping in mind that the average American is only expected to purchase $997 total, which is down $50 from 2019. So they're expecting people to, on average, pay less and spend less because people are hurting right now, but yet they're expecting that much of an increase that they think there's going to be an extra $3 billion in sales. That sheer volume of people just boggles my mind.
Will you be spending more or less than last year?
I really don't know. Honestly, I don't need anything right now. I'm not planning on necessarily buying stuff. I'm sure I will. But I probably will end up spending less this year. But yeah, I mean,
well, but those numbers are interesting. But like Ned said, have the retailers check with the carriers, because if they're gonna be all busy transporting vaccines, they might not be able to deliver. If they don't deliver, they don't get the income, right? People will start returning shit. So it's gonna be interesting.
Are you going to spend less or more this year?
I usually don't spend a lot of money anyway. Like, I'm not a crazy Cyber Monday shopper anyway. I just buy when I need it. So
I actually
it's
think
not going to be a difference for me, honestly.
I think that Amazon won because, truthfully, I thought that their Prime Day deals were really good, and I bought a number of different things there. Technically, if we're talking about the Black Friday season, like I've bought a couple of new things already over the past couple of weeks. I've made a couple of big purchases just because of great prices. So, I mean, I would technically count Prime Day as part of the Black Friday world, which was about last month, because they did that to get the first surge of purchases before Black Friday sales started. And, if that's the case, then yeah, I'm actually way up just because of the fact that there were some great deals and great new technology that's coming out.
I'm interested to see the numbers overall, because like you said, there's a lot of retailers that are doing Black Friday month, right? They're just selling through the month. So I want to see if the numbers will match past year's numbers, if it's going to be better or worse. But it's a different strategy. I like that they came up with something different.
And I know that you love to dig into data like I do, but I think that I'm mostly interested in seeing whether there's an increase in tech purchases and home furnishings and home office furnishing.
There will be. There already is.
Yeah, no, for sure, and I'm sure that the numbers are going to be. I would love to know what those numbers are, because people have been sitting at home and have been saying, "I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that," and now that shit's on sale, people are going to fucking fly to it.
Yeah, but
a lot of it is remodeling, and you can take that as a tax break.
Yep.
The impulsive buying is less, right? Because it's all online. Yeah. So I think if you buy furniture, it's because you need furniture. It's not just like, oh, hey, I saw an ad of furniture, I'm gonna buy it. So there is a difference. However, it's a good point, Adam, because they bought some stuff on Wayfair. I hate it.
Yep.
I mean, the fact that you can't see the furniture and just like you see when you get delivered, it sucks. Obviously, you can return, but then how do you fucking put back on the box, and how do you bring back to UPS or FedEx? So it's kind of a lose-lose situation. When you buy furniture online. So to me, it wasn't a good experience. But I agree with you. It's going to be a lot of tech and a lot of small things.
Yeah, I also wouldn't be surprised. There's also a lot of exercise equipment. Because people aren't going to the gyms as much.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's all of the things that you would think that people have been missing out. I think are just going to be what are really going to drive everything. Because people are probably assuming now that they're going to be stuck here for for months, for years. Who knows how long this whole thing is going to take?
Yeah. All right, boys. We covered all 3 subjects. Anything else? We got some time. We're only going 35 minutes. It's bang show when I run it. It's good. I like it. So, anything else you want to touch on before? Should we mention that one of our own could be a mother for the second time tomorrow?
Oh, Allison. Yeah, good luck, Allison.
Look at Adam. Just gave it. Adam's eyes got huge. Like, is he going to dox someone?
Well, no. I don't know if. I don't know. I don't know how private someone is, but hey, Allison, congratulations.
Allison, good luck. Good luck tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm thankful for the Kirk Minihane show. I'm thankful for the mini fans. I'm thankful for you guys. And we'll see you next week.
Absolutely. Yep. Thanks again. Thanks for watching.
Thank
we'll
you, Justin.
Next week.
Shalom.
And don't forget to like, subscribe. Shalom.
Download, rate, review.
Adios.